scratch.
We are in Buckingham Palace, the very heart of the British nation.
Attacked by Christmas toys? That's strange. That's the second toy complaint we've had.
Да, я знаю, что это звучит дико.
Butcher, he says that he wants a two spaghetti speciale, heavy on the meatball.
Right, gentlemen, we are the bravest and most superior men on this battlefield.
It's so powerful you are. Why leave?
Before we begin our banquet, I would like to say a few words.
He is so dumb. He thought that the Gettysburg Address was where Lincoln lived.
Picking you up a DQ at 6 o'clock Friday. First date, sweaty palms, feeling kinda nervous. All I see in the rearview mirror's my lip twitch tonight. George Strait song, turn up and down. Sounds so perfect with your baby blue eyes. Got a flask full of JD hidden underneath the seat. Let's pull out the blanket, let's go lay down by the creek so I can get lost in the twinkle of your lovey, lovey, lovey-dovey eyes. It's a nice cool night, we're out here with you, walking with the fireflies, girl, I can't undo me falling in love with everything you do. Let's try slowing it down and make it last all night through. George Strait song, turn up and down. Lovey, lovey, lovey-dovey eyes. Lovey-dovey, lovey-dovey.
Hey. This is Animation Club School. Welcome. I'm happy to be on yet another amazing stream today. Please get seated, get comfortable, and get ready to learn some new insights. Whether you're watching this live or in a recording, you are always welcome to join us for today. Our school not only shares these gems of knowledge on YouTube that you're going to see right now, but you can also dive deeper through our courses. Join us in the classic 2D animation courses or jump right into our upcoming short film creation course. This time, we will be creating a tribute to the famous D&D show, Critical Role. Don't miss your chance to be a part of an amazing project and learn incredible insights to jumpstart your way into the industry. My name is Kata. I'm your loyal and valiant host, and today we will be talking and witnessing a live demonstration on a very crucial topic: run cycles. What makes a run cycle good? Is it just the legs and the arms swinging back and forth, or are there deeper systems at play? And how can you show the character's mood and style through the way they dash, jump, and zoom around? Well, you are in luck if you've been looking answer to all of these questions, because today we will be discussing this topic with Edward Kurchevsky, a 2D animator and director who has worked on Primal, Scavenger's Reign, Tales of Leithrion, and Flee, and he will break down the process and lay different types of runs and animate a full cycle right on the stream for all of you to see. So, Edward, would you like to share something about the upcoming stream?
Yes, hello everyone. Today we're gonna talk about like kind of say thank you run cycle. I will talk about how we do that what difference between different run cycles, and maybe if you don't know like what make them good as well.
Exactly. So, before we start, I actually have to give a couple of rules about using the chat box on the right. It's usually on the right for me. Hopefully, it's the same for you. But you'll be able to find it regardless. Not only you can encourage and compliment us, as you should, you can also ask us questions. They have to be respectful. They have to be on the given topic. I mean, it could be school, it could be animation as an industry, or more technical questions as well. It's included. And they also have to have a word question typed in all caps before actually typing the question itself. So I'll be able to see it, mostly because I have a lot of stuff running on my screen and I just might miss it if you're not going to put it there. So it's a service for me and for you. Sometimes I read questions right then and there. Sometimes I leave the questions for a better time if the question is just too juicy to discuss right here in the moment and we need some more time to really flesh out the answer. So that's it. We are ready to roll, and I can't wait to see what we have in store today.
All right, let's begin. So basically, run cycle. We as humans move a lot, right? So we move, we do walking, we do running, etc. So the major difference between walking and running, of course, is just like how fast we're moving, right? And the distance between our steps. So if, for example, we're gonna use today, of course, like usual, our rabbit mascot. So as usual, I mean, not as usual, in the walk cycle, we have normally like 4 frames in the loop for the one for each of the legs. So we start with the contact pose. Then we have squash. We have like passing through.
Mhm.
And we have actually this one is going to be a little bit behind. This one also a little bit bent. And we have this, the highest position of our body, because this leg gonna be straight and almost central, like that. And we have another contact pose again. So this like 1, 2, 3, 4 is our usual like poses for the walk cycle. If we talk about a run cycle, we can make it in 3 poses. So again, contact pose, but now we have this. Then we have squash, and this leg goes here. And then we have stretch over here, right? So we have only 3 poses and then contact again. But there is this is like the walk cycle and run cycle in laboratory, right? Without real situation in the fields, let's say. So if you just make like walk cycle, just left from side to side, or run, it's fine. But if you do it not on spot, but with the distance, with movement in space, it will be different. First of all, the character and the behavior of the character will change it. For example, our character can run like very very tiredly, right? And depends also like the rhythm of the run, how big there is gaps between frames. I mean, how like timing, right? How long every frame gonna take. And of course, it's not a usual run. Just we have like weird arcs. We have just like overlaps, etc., etc. Another example will be this one. It's a little bit different. It's still like a kid, but more like faster and more like how to say determined run. But also like not always in the loop we have 3 frames, because if you, it depends. For example, here I think there is more frames than 3. Let me check. Yeah, it's 4. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 again. Yeah, so it's 4 frames in the loop. So basically exactly the same as for the walk cycle. That's why it feels a little bit more natural and less like choppy, less like fast. Let's say like I mean it's fast, but not. I will show you. You will see the difference. Like here, it's only 3 frames, I think, or even less. Let me check. I think it's even 2 in the loop. So we have 1, 2, and this is another contact. Yeah, there's only 2 frames, right? So you can see, yeah, you see? And this is like really choppy, but it works if it's
It serves the purpose. Yeah.
exactly. If it was the idea to make it like super fast, super like dynamic, it's fine. You can do also, you can do this way if you want this timing. You can also do like once. I mean, every drawing, every frame is a drawing. So you're gonna have like 4 in total, but super fast, for example. Or if you don't like, if you want to make it like choppy, like this, it's fine. It works as well. So again, this is, it depends on the on your like purpose. This is also very, very crazy. Let me check how many frames you have in the loop. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's, oh no, it's 3. It's actually here you have 3 because this is another like knee going up. Yeah. And for example, yeah, here it's very very slow, and there's a lot of breakdowns in between inside. Yeah, they really like in between it a lot. So I have a lot of frames for one loop, like 9, I guess. 8 just for one step. So with not again, this is this like here or here. This is walk cycle, I mean run cycles, when they just like running in one line. But it's not always the case. We're not always gonna do just like a run in the place and just from one point to another. Sometimes we do like this, right? I mean, here it's still run, but here it's like slow motion. It's still run in place, but sometimes we're gonna do this, right? Our character gonna move in perspective, gonna run toward the camera, and we have to adjust. Basically, we keep the same principle of like how many frames, like 3, 4. It depends of the what's exactly you need from the what purpose you have. But you also put your character, you take it from the lab and put it in a real situation and make it run in perspective. You make it run like for example, like here, standing up, running toward someone. You see some acting here as well. So it's not only just running; it's development of the poses. So I just want to show you today how to make kind of little bit like both versions of the run cycle. We're gonna start on place, and then we're gonna make it run forward. So I will keep it here. Let's keep it here. Let's use our rabbit. So also, like when character moves in the perspective, like runs toward the camera or out of the camera, there's gonna be also like camera distortion, but I will explain a bit later. So first of all, when you do a run or you have a scene, if you're working on the project, on the studio project, I mean, you will get animatic first, and you're gonna based on the animatic from storyboard artists, and you're gonna develop it, put it more in model, and decide like what breakdowns to put. But if it's your project, just you have to create kind of the scene, understand where our character is running. Maybe if you have like specific background, maybe it's nice to have your character jumping around something like some obstacle, for example. I will draw maybe some rocks. And here maybe. Maybe there's some jungles. And he needs to run in that direction and jump over, for example, some rocks. So yeah, just like simple scene. All right, this is our background. Okay, so to put our character, I mean, to make it run, I have to put in model, I mean, in the pose. So since it's our left leg, we're gonna have right arm. Okay, let me check the model. So my body is too big. All right. So this is our first pose. Let me use maybe guidelines.
I actually wanted to ask, how often do you get like a detailed background before setting into a scene? Do you have to work with like very bare bones version of the background while it's still being like fleshed out?
I mean,
Or
yeah,
was it more often?
sometimes it's rough. Sometimes it's pretty solid, like animatic, but pretty solid with a lot of detail, so you understand
Mhm.
pretty everything. So it depends. It
Mhm.
depends on the project, how good a storyboard artist you had on the team.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, in the team. I mean, kind of good animatic has background in tone. Basically,
Mm.
you have already kind of understanding of the. I mean, there is a lines and tone to make it more understandable. Like what's like
Makes sense.
foreground, background, etc. So if you
Mhm.
have that, this is really good animatic. So that can kind of serve like pre-layout stage. So I flip as well to put it more in model.
Ooh, is it like a special button to make the guideline disappear? Or is
Yes.
just
Yeah, yeah.
flipping the layers?
No, it's just like I use like
Oh.
4 and 5. It's called guidelines, global display inactivate, activate.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, I just flip with guidelines. It's super useful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's pretty enough. So I'll basically do four poses. Uh, if you really like care about your placement, how it's placed like in the background, you can put the ruler here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like measure every step. But when it's running, it's usually not that precise. because every step can be different. It's not walk cycle, kind of. So I usually do it just by my eyeballs. So for example, I'm gonna start with the running on the spot. So basically, I put my leg here. And my knee should go forward, right? And my head will go forward and down. And this leg will go here. Can be also closer. I can do it also a little bit like higher, make it lower here. Because when we're running, it's good to show arcs, like it's going up and down, because we move a lot. I mean, it depends, of course, how much you want to go up and down, but everything is just like adjustable. Okay, and last pose. Now it's gonna be on the ground still. So I can also like make marks and flip between them, because this frame will be the highest, but I still have to keep my volume. So let me gonna be a little bit behind. And this is gonna be the highest pose. To avoid the tensions here, maybe I will make a leg a little bit forward and
Oh, we got a comment from S Animations. I really like the design of the bunny. It's so cool to see a pro at work. I absolutely agree. And actually, the bunny was also designed by one of our mentors, Andre Sitari, who was on the who's in charge of the visual development on our short film. creation course.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was really lucky when I was going through school that we got to work with him. I think you can find even a couple of streams we did together, and I think he was reviewing some of the artwork from people in the community on how to enhance a character's design, which was also really fun to host.
Mm.
I'm sketching while watching the stream a little bit. I'm also taking some notes as well, as you should. I think I don't know if there was research or anything, but sometimes sketching well, I mean, writing stuff down, obviously, because you can read it later, but sometimes sketching helps you remember things. Sometimes when I go through my old sketchbooks, even though the drawings are not related, I could remember like what I was doing that day or what I was thinking about while drawing it. So,
So yeah, you can see already like it's kind of running, right?
yep.
We will polish some arcs and positions. Probably I will add one more frame to not make that super like choppy, to smooth it down a bit.
Also, I have to say, if you, people who are watching live in the recording, obviously, if you decide to do a run cycle inspired by the workshop, feel free to jump into our Discord server. It's open for everyone. We have practices for just all community members. So you can show your results in one of our sub channels. I'd actually love to see it. We have so many talented folk. Course, since I already kind of mentioned the Discord server and the YouTube channel, we do not only share our knowledge or these little gems for everyone on YouTube or Discord, but you can also dive deeper into the world of animation through our school courses. You can join us in the classic 2D animation courses or jump into the upcoming short film creation course that also includes a little bit of visual development. This time, we'll be creating a tribute to the famous D&D campaign and show. It's not a campaign, it's a show. Critical Role, and the designs are amazing, and I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So, if you want to be a part of such an amazing project and learn incredible insights for your upcoming journey into the industry, you should definitely take a look. We have a link right there in the chat. You can sign up today and by the end of the stream, become part of the school. As someone who took this first step a couple of years ago in the past, I'm very grateful that I decided to push myself because it opened so many opportunities for me. And I'm very grateful it happened. So,
Yeah, we also have very strong team this time
exactly.
who gonna like core team of animators who gonna do this project. So it's gonna be crazy. I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, and since I finished school, the structure changed completely. I remember when we were doing the short film, it was mostly, I think, just the animators. We did the like the bulk of the visual development. And now
Yeah.
there's like team that does special effects. There's now a team that does character animation.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you're not like a direct part of the course, you can still help out and volunteer by like cleaning up and doing stuff like that, which is also incredible insights. And then they have the compositing team, which we had, but the scale has absolutely changed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and also like experience of the mentors. I mean, it's gonna be. It was like how many years? Like
exactly.
3, 4 years ago, you were in school.
Like I think we finished it in end of 2022. So
Okay.
like about 2 years.
Okay.
Feels like 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be 4 frames because I want to make this arm go back smoothly. So
Oh, congratulations, animations, on signing up for the first 2D animation course. Probably
nice.
gonna enjoy it. Not probably, most likely. Most likely. Definitely. I remember I had a lot of fun with doing the animations with the pillow. The turnaround for me was tough though. I chose a character that was like made first of all in 3D and didn't have almost any pictures on the internet. So it was really hard putting it all together.
All right. So this one will be go to the front. And we'll add one more frame here. It's gonna be fine. Okay.
Agma has comment, I have experience with the fundamentals and the pillow and the turnaround. I'm wondering if the second course is better to do. It depends. First of all, you can always send your demo reel to the school so they could give you more proper directions. But I think we have a lot of people actually who even work in the industry who go through the first course, mainly because first course is about not just the basic exercises, it's just the foundation in general. Just putting all of that knowledge you already gathered into like a system that actually works.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have people who join into the second course immediately, but they have a lot of trouble assimilating just because there's like a lot of foundations they've missed. So
Yeah, a lot of people like undervalue the first course and overestimates their skills because they think that the bouncing ball is all that call fundamentals or like jumping pillow. It's not that. It's only the tip of the iceberg. What we're
exactly.
doing on the first course. On the first course, we have, you can basically see the demo reels of our students from first course on the compilation of our demo reels. Like every 4 months, we have like a best students compilation video, and you can see what they're doing, and you can see if you can do the same or you have the same skills, for example. Because again, first course, it's not only bouncing ball and jumping pillows, it's also like about keeping the model, keeping the structure, keeping the volume, understand the perspective, movement perspective, how to move your character 360 degrees in every direction, how to make a good rhythm, good arcs, spacing, timing. What does it mean? What does it mean breakdowns? How to make good breakdowns, and also like understand the volume in turnaround. It's so complex. But first course is one of the most important courses ever because the knowledge that lays there is super valuable. And even for people, even people sometimes understands only things from the first course on the third course. So basically the year after, because
Guilty.
they just, like when I teach, I explain stuff. Of course, you just like, so it sounds super reasonable, but when you have to do it by yourself, it's not very easy. And sometimes people just like, oh, I now I understand what you meant, like after like second and the third course, or like, it's crazy. So please don't like underestimate the first course, because it's not simple.
Exactly. I think the closest association I have, if you're reading like a book series and it's very heavy on lore, you can skip like the first like third of it and like try reading from the middle. You will catch some stuff, but it really is gonna click like by the end of it, while all of the information you actually needed to fully comprehend the book and like understand the gravity and everything in the first third ones.
Yeah.
So don't skip books. It's like that Steven Universe when they were reading the, I don't know what was called, like a Falcon book series, and he was just reading it from the back to the front, and he didn't understand like the main concepts, like what's a familiar and everything.
Right.
Yeah, Lupiarch is saying it's like learning the basics in drawing in a way. Learning the basics is always important before you try building something more advanced. Yeah, I think even if you have already stuff advanced, it's very nice to go through the basics just to see if your foundation actually holds.
Yeah, because
We got
guys,
another.
our main priority is just to create professionals, not just like ordinary like animators, and that's why we really want you to understand everything was put in the program, because it's designed to make to put like all information to make you professional. I was studying in Poland, like Polish film school and animation department. I studied in Goblins in Paris, and in my experience in teaching already, like it's been like 8 years, so I know what I'm saying, and I because I see how my students grew up, even if they just like uh, if they started like on the first course and it was just basically the first animation they made.
Exactly. We got another comment from Eduardo. Good afternoon. Would it be possible to include in the channel like a device that allows to change the allows us to click and put in the country's language, like Portuguese, like while you speak in English, we hear you in your own language. If there's a technology like that, I would love to just include it so people who are more comfortable again with Portuguese or other languages would be able to listen to us. I don't know. I know that like there's auto translate feature on subtitles and stuff like that, but I'm not sure live content can also be changed that way. I only seen stuff like that with pre like recorded uploaded videos. But then still sometimes it's hard to listen to. But maybe one day, definitely.
I want to go back and keep my 3 poses.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of lines disappearing. I thought my computer lagged.
No, I want to keep 3 poses. Yeah. Okay. So let me check.
Loopy Arts is saying his quest to buy the carrots before the supermarket closes.
Yeah, it's true.
That's so real. All the supermarkets around me, they close at like 9. So if I have some like work and I forget to get up and check the time, sometimes I'm just without dinner. Plain boiled rice to the rescue. I think at this point we have a full carrot saga with all of the rabbit animations.
Yeah, all different kinds of animation. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go to move on. Another 3 poses.
S Animations is asking, is there a specific reason the arms and the legs are red sometimes? Just
No,
asking out of
I just did
curiosity.
it. Did it to make it more visible.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, my opposite arms the same, and I mean legs is the same. It just a little bit shifted because it's opposite. So it's gonna be like it's the different position, different place where it's grow from the pelvis. So this I can copy.
We actually have a new question from Dark Sushi Roll. I love the nickname. Any key points to remember when tackling a run cycle in perspective?
I'm not sure if you're getting like.
Is there anything we have to always keep in mind when we're doing a run cycle in perspective? Like, for example, keeping the
We have to
contact
always keep
leg
in
with the
mind.
ground.
We have to always keep in mind the three poses.
Mhm.
And we have to also, I will tell you about it a bit later,
Uh-huh.
like how to move character in perspective, like how to keep the size like in perspective.
Oh, that'd be very useful. Well, Dark Sushi Roll, keep watching and eventually you'll get your questions answered. I actually have a question for the chat. Have you seen the new Knights of Guinevere? The new 2D show that's been produced by Glitch? Because right now, I think it already got like 10 million views. Are really, really big. I think it's their first 2D produced show. It's only the pilot, so we have no idea if and when there's going to be the rest of the episodes. But still, it's nice to see a 2D animated project like spotlighted. And actually, this interesting. I think it would never be produced. It was under like a big studio, like Disney, for example. Well, obviously Disney, but I think a lot of big studios like this would just not pass some of the stuff. It would be cutting into their own cake. I agree, the animation is just amazing to look at.
All right, so we have run cycle in the place.
Mm-hmm.
And now let's go and make it run in the perspective. So I'll just copy paste for a bit. Gonna run in spot and then oh, I didn't draw the leg. What?
Happens to the best of us.
Sorry guys, I'm just too tired. I was giving already like courses today. That's why. So this time I will not move it back, I'll move forward. All right, so here the interesting part starts. It's basically how, like answering the question, how to keep like something like keep character in the same size in perspective. I already explained that before in the different streams. For example, look like this head a little bit lower, smaller. So let's adjust our character, our reference character. So the head will be the same, and just put my my reference here, and through its head and through its legs here, I'll make the lines. So this is the size of the character in that particular place. Our character like running he will be that big if he will just stand up. But since he's just like, bent forward, so it's fine. He's gonna be lower, but proportionally, he's gonna be the same. Then, every time when he's gonna move forward, he's gonna be that big. So when he's gonna run to the camera, it's gonna be that size, right? So how to check how big he will be when he's gonna be just jumping in the space, like jumping up, like over the rock. It's basically have to keep this guy and put him. I mean, first of all, I will search for the place where exactly the rock lays. For example, I would draw the sole of the surface connection with this rock, just to understand where it's going to be. So basically the middle point, the middle part will be somewhere here, right? So here it means it's going to be that big. So I say my rabbit is going to be that big when it's going to jump over the rock. So it means my character just like going forward, gonna be this big, and then this big when it's gonna be over the rock. Wait, it's just gonna be, yeah, that big. No, I will put it like opacity. Yeah, this big. So yeah, so with this kind of a ruler and my reference rabbit, we will keep our character in model. I mean, in the proportions and in the size correctly.
I also remember on your perspective workshop, you had a very interesting picture about the characters and eye level. And that depending on the detail that's exactly on the eye level, no matter how close or how far the character is going to be, that specific detail is going to stay more or less like in the same spot. And you can actually see it here in the ruler because the eye level is right about where the rabbit's knees are. And you can see on the bigger pictures, the knees basically stay in the same, like on the same line.
Yeah. So when he's gonna get bigger, we just have to like adjust him. Like that, right? And then this frame.
Yeah, horizon. I forgot the word. Thank you.
And squash once more. So basically it's going to be almost in that spot. So you see, I'm just adjusting my head, but it's going to be slightly smaller. It's going to be here. And now we should do it differently, because now it starts to be unique. Like I showed in the reference before in the beginning, that it's not just like simple like loop. Okay, and proportion wise.
We got a quick question from Dark Sushi Roll. Loopyard, so I remember your question. It's just a little bit too. We need to dive into it a little bit more later. Dark Sushi Roll is asking, what about the fade? Any tips on how to avoid sliding?
Just keep checking it with the light table.
Yeah.
So this guy gonna be this big. So I have to increase his size.
Yeah, you can check it with the light table so you can see what the previous drawing was, and also flipping as well. You just wrap it back and forth until you actually can feel that the leg is staying where it should be. Even like 1-2 pixels to the side, well, depending on the size of the canvas you're working on, could still like make a difference. So
yeah.
Except if your character is on ice. Then you could slide away.
Yeah, so gonna be that big. When in the air.
We got a question from S Animations. Do you recommend doing a turnaround every time when animating a character?
No. It's just like time spending. I think
Yeah.
it's better to if you made the character, just gather some poses, different angles of him, just to understand of the volume, how to draw the character. But yeah, it's like turnaround is just super time consuming. It's very complex. You don't need that.
That's true. I remember, I think you told me as well when you were animating on Scavenger's Reign. You basically had a thing that the more you drew several characters, you compiled the head angles and stuff like that
Yeah.
into one folder. So when you are basically doing a new shot and the angles are similar, you'd be able to reference it and it will be
Exactly.
on model.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you can breathe out as animations. You don't have to do a turnaround every time.
All right. So basically, so you see running in a spot, it's almost the same as running in the air in the distance, right? Except just you have to keep the volume, keep the size the same. You see, it's here it's different because it starts to be unlooped, right? So you just have to make the jump like a squash and stretch, like a pillow jump as usual. And then here continue just doing like squash, and then you see this one is the same as we did here, right? It's the same pose. Just you have to do it like you put it here, and you start to be again in the same loop. So even even if you do different directions, it's not it doesn't mean that you have to like copy paste everywhere. It just means that it will keep the same principles from running in the same spot. Let me just put the timing and play. So here's in the squash, it's going to be a bit slower. Here it's going to be a bit slower because we're going to add more drawings, and here as well, and then run out. And let's, where do we have BG background? It's here. Okay, let me hide this, this, this. So yeah, it's basically the same, right? So we can do this. Running on spot.
PVPing camera has one of the most interesting controls I've seen, but once you kind of understand the system, you can't go back to normal cameras. It's just too
I mean,
weird.
you can, but it
You
become
can,
it
yeah, but
become
it's so
less.
nice.
Yeah, it become less weird.
Exactly. It's just they made it very intuitive once you
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
understand
yeah,
what you're actually controlling.
exactly.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's kind of that way. Just let me do a very quick his arms.
While you're working on the camera and the arms, we have a question from Loopy Arts. How do you make sure your walk cycle, or maybe in this case, run cycle as well, doesn't end stiff and keeps the flow and the movement?
I check the arcs. Every time I draw something, I flip and see if arcs are working. If the run cycle walk cycle don't have it doesn't have stiffness like you said. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just doing and checking it while I drawing it.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it helps, and I think we talked with some of the people about this on the Discord about the arcs and everything. If you feel like kind of overwhelmed with all of the details and stuff, you can basically choose a point on a piece of body you're tracking, like an arm or a leg, put a little point in that specific place, and then track the points on every frame. Usually it shows where something is like wrong with the arc. You can easily track if something's like wobbly or keeping in place a little too long.
That's kind of this way.
Oh, we
All
got a
right,
little question.
so yeah, go.
What animation software are you using?
TV Paint.
Just to give
TV
us a
Paint
nice
animation.
glimpse.
You can see it here on the top, 11 Pro.
Ah, I think it's cropped on the final version. We don't see the name of the program.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's like TV Paint 11 here.
It's a very good, convenient program.
Yeah, very, I mean, kind of made for frame by frame animation, purely like very intuitive and look. I mean, people who used to work in on paper say that it's very like experience, like kind of similar experience.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, basically we're done. If we have any questions that we can answer.
Yeah, we do. One from Loopy Arts. Question. What do you think is most important to put into animation portfolio? Something like a run cycle or animations with movement? Is there like a hierarchy? Let's say?
Yes, I recommend you guys to not put anything that looks like students' work. So walk cycle, run cycle, turnaround, pillows, etc. If you want to get hired in the studio, don't put this type of animation because it literally shows you as a student. If you want to already apply for some positions like junior in the high quality studios, not just like whatever studios. Show something that be like look like a shot. Basically, take some character, existed one, put it in model, create an idea like what this character will do in a specific shot. For example, here, for example, you can make it not just simple run. You can make it, for example, this rabbit just goes from the cliff, goes down, run here, and go out of the frame. So this is gonna look like a final shot, like someone is chasing this rabbit, or this rabbit is going somewhere, for example, like to the supermarket, and like put it in tie down, put it in maybe in tone, precise the background as well. Not, I mean, this is kind of okay if I will just put the tone and maybe shadows. It's gonna be fine, and this will help you to sell yourself as animator, because you're gonna put your character in model, work in perspective, and do like difficult positions in like closer, further, different poses maybe. It's gonna show a lot of stuff for the studio HRs. So this is what I recommend. If you want to do something like action, do action. If you want acting, do acting. Okay, so whatever you put in portfolio, it should represent, it should sell you well, and it should be look like studios projects, like shots. Check some demo reels or from the professionals, from the people who admire in animation, and check what shot they have, and kind of try to put something similar. Of course,
Makes
different
sense.
level, but try at least. Start with something simple shot, like 2 seconds, 1 second. It's simple movement, but based on that.
Makes sense. Also, it feels like you just need to think a little bit more about like staging and directing in your shots as well, just so they
Yeah.
would read better. Something that would be just a run cycle in like blank space, of course, is going to read a lot worse than something in perspective and in a specific space that gives a lot more information. We actually have another question. Hopefully, we answered your question, Loopy Arts, from Agma. Whenever I make the frames, they go really fast, even though I'm on twos. your frames look slower, and I'm trying to figure out why. How does it slow down even with the same amount of frames?
Yeah, because
I think
I
it's
don't
not on
slow.
twos.
It's not on twos.
Yeah.
It's on twos. It's only loop cycle. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like run cycle. Whenever I do some planning of the movement, I don't use twos. Actually, animation doesn't need to be always on twos. It's very, how to say, it's very unhealthy to have animation on two only, because it's gonna make you work a lot and create more drawings, and more drawings, more mistakes if you're not controlling the situation.
That's true.
So try to draw less and
Mm-hmm.
plan with the timing, like put frames like 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16 frames if you need a hold, like real, like breathe. Don't put anything on like always everything on two.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Well, those were our questions that we had. One I saved and one was just asked at the very lucky time. I think we've been here for some while and we're getting pretty tired. So I think we can finally roll this stream to a close. Again, I wanted to thank you for joining us for this amazing workshop, and hopefully you learned as much as I did today. Well, judging by the questions, you did, and you had a lot to ask, which is also really, really nice. Thank you, Edward, for joining us today, showing us a live demonstration. I think live demonstrations are best when you're trying to learn something because you see the process from start to finish. Again, thank you, Vitali and Daria, for running the stream smooth as butter. And of course, a little bit thank you for me for chatting sometimes here and filling out some spaces. It was a pleasure for me to be here, and hopefully, it was just as fun for you as well. Of course, it was only possible because of you joining us here. And as always, you should join us not only on these workshops and Discord practices, you can also jump into the classes. And right now, you have the best chance to join because we're actually starting in October 8th on our traditional 2D animation courses and on short film creation courses. And this time we're going to be creating a tribute to Critical Role, which is thrilling. Jump in today to join the industry tomorrow. See you in class. Bye bye.
Hi, my name is Edward Kurchevsky, and I've been working in 2D traditional animation for over 10 years and have contributed to projects like Scavenger's Reign, Primal, Flea, and Tales of Aletrion. Working in animation has been my dream as long as I can remember. I've always wanted to create worlds and bring characters to life. The first challenge I faced was, where do I start? Where I can learn this? I noticed that many others has the same questions. After getting my 2 master degrees in animation and earning experience in professional industry, I've decided to share my knowledge with you. That's why I created Animation Club School. Our school is a team of working animators who act like a bridge between students and the industry. We realize that many students struggle to build high professional skills required to secure their job in the industry. So we designed our courses to help you develop an outstanding portfolio. At the moment, we primarily focus on 2D animation. It's where we have the most expertise, and it's my personal passion. We want to see more people thrive in this art form. Each course is carefully designed to deliver knowledge while honing practical skills through hands-on tasks. The curriculum builds gradually over several levels, enabling students to master the program step by step. We aim to help students understand complexity of 2D animation, assess difficulty of the tasks realistically, and set achievable goals to their growth. Our primary focus is on developing animation skills to meet industry standard. While drawing skills are essential, we leave their development to each student individually. However, we encourage outside art study and even offer free drawing sessions in our Discord. Currently, we offer over 12 different courses, and we continually adding new professional programs to meet industry demands. But that's not all. Here's what else we offer.
weekly videos that dive into different aspects of animation industry, free monthly masterclass live streams with a mentor, short tutorials across all our social media platforms, an active Discord community where you can connect to passionate creatives from around the world. If you like what you've heard so far, follow us on our social media and check out our courses on our website. I can't wait to see what you create with us.
But a scratch.
We are in Buckingham Palace, the very heart of the British nation.
Attacked by Christmas toys? That's strange. That's the second toy complaint we've had.
Да-да, я знаю, что это звучит дико.
Butcher, he says that he wants a two spaghetti speciale, heavy on the ball.
Right, gentlemen, we are the bravest and most superior men on this battlefield.
If so powerful you are, why leave?
Before we begin our banquet, I would like to say a few words.
He is so dumb. He thought that the Gettysburg Address was where Lincoln lived.